everyone. Welcome to the Horror Room. I'm Travis Bruce, and today I have a special guest. I have just an amazing bed and breakfast, horror themed, and it's called the, the Gilded Bed and Breakfast. It's in Newberry, South Carolina. I have Erica Evangeline with us. Erica, welcome to the Horror Room.
Thank you so much. Happy to be here.
Thank you. I had the pleasure of meeting you at the first annual South Carolina Horror Convention, which was an amazing horror convention.
It was wonderful. I really enjoyed it.
It was. I'm looking forward to next year. Now, so tell us a little bit about the Gilded Bed and Breakfast.
Well, I just opened at the beginning of September, and I came down from New York, and I'm originally from New Orleans, and decided that I would open up a bed and breakfast as a retirement gig. And so, yeah, and I've always loved dark decor and gothic things and horror movies and metal and all that good stuff. So I just decided about, taking a chance on creating a bed and breakfast that's actually going to be a destination bed and breakfast for people like myself and others, anyone else. But yes, of course, for everyone. But people like myself who don't, would like to go to bed and breakfast, but don't want to, see like all the cabbage roses and the, flowery stuff and, like that kind of thing. So more like the real, what it was really like in Victoriana.
And as you know, I love horror stuff, and I also love bed and breakfast. So, like when I ran into you, I was like, "What is this?" In the video, I was like, "Sounds amazing!" Like, I definitely gotta check this out.
That's everybody's reaction. What is this thing? But no, it's really fun. We keep the darkness all year long, and so we're headed into Krampus season now, and then I'm going to be doing a very gothic Christmas. So we're going to be really dark for that one too. And it's for all levels. It can be as light or as dark as you like. It's just I've restored the place to 1900, and the house was built in 1850. And the reason I restored it to 1900 is because I figured everyone wanted hot water and indoor plumbing and so on. So I restored it to 1900. And but it is very much like, except for some decorations, it very much is like stepping back into 1900 and, just enjoying it. I have two beautiful parlors, and I have, capabilities to rent the spaces for parties, and I'm hoping to do some weddings. Of course, I have 4 different rooms, and each room is sort of dedicated to a figure from mythology or from horror. And so I have the Lilith room, which is very beautiful, and I have sort of a Garden of Eden feel. And then I have the Medusa room, because I love Medusa. She's my girl. And then I have the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, which, of course, is written in Victorian times. And then the Bride of Dracula, which was also very popular during Victorian times. So I have those 4 rooms and my 2 parlors. But I'm going to be doing a lot of events and, Gothic tea parties and different kinds of paranormal experiences and dress up weekends. You dress Victorian and do cosplay all weekend long. So a lot of exciting stuff coming along.
So when you were saying as light as dark of experience you want, what's the darkest experience you can get?
Well, the darkest experience would be, I think, if you wanted to come and the house itself has lots of spirits in it. Everyone seems to be pretty happy, which is good. But there's definitely some stirrings and things like that. So, trying to communicate with them, can be interesting. I've heard lots of different reports. And the winter parlor that I have has a coffin in it, and I have an embalming table, and I have a gurney, and all that kind of stuff. So could do some play acting, and just like a lot of fun, you know, uh, photo ops and things like that. So I mean, I don't do any really macabre things, or um, you know we're not
Hands
casting
hanging.
magic circle over here, but we are. It's plenty to really enjoy the feeling of the Gothic experience, and for people who aren't as into it. I have another parlor that's, much more traditional of the time. And so, the whole family can come, even if not everyone's, as into the haunted or the dark stuff.
Now you're in Newberry, South Carolina. Now reference that from like Charleston. I guess most people, when it comes to South Carolina, they think of Charleston and Myrtle Beach. So how far are you from?
Well, I am very much west. So Charleston is about 2.5 hours. Um, so I'd be about two and a half hours west of Charleston.
Okay.
And I am approximately 2 hours south of Charlotte and an hour south of Greenville and Spartanburg, and about 45 minutes north of Columbia.
Okay. Okay.
So right in the middle of the state.
Right in the middle, literally.
Right in the middle. Mm-hmm.
So what gave you the idea to? So when you first bought the bed and breakfast, was your idea to make this a kind of a morbid, scary bed and breakfast?
Um, yes, actually, I am a very much a horror fan, and I would like to, you know, maybe have the house used in horror movies if anyone was interested in renting it for that. Um, and I also just the whole aesthetic I like very much, and I think I find that the really dark aesthetic and stuff. It's very peaceful, and it's very just it's very nice. It's very elegant and not cheesy or frou-frou or anything like that. It's just beauty and elegance. And my bed and breakfast is a luxury stay, so that means, of course, you get the breakfast, and I have all kinds of interesting breakfasts to serve.
I was
But
about to ask. Yes.
yes.
What are you serving?
Well, sometimes I go traditional, but sometimes not. I make bat pancakes and skull waffles and, all kinds of like baked goodies in different shapes and, along with the traditional eggs, bacon, and, other things.
Now, there's a lot of vegan watchers. Do you have a vegan menu as well?
Vegan, I can
Hmm.
certainly arrange. What I do is when you book through my website, there's a form to fill out. And in it, you can tell me ahead of time if you're allergic to anything or there are any things that you particularly do not like for breakfast. And also, you can note if you're vegan or have, any issues with anything, milk or whatever it is, allergies and so on. So, all I would suggest is that, if you have a special diet, whether it's keto, whether it's, vegan, whatever it is, just let me know ahead of time because I can certainly accommodate any particular diet. And that is that's part of the stay, because the people who stay here, I'm here as a resource, for as little or as much interaction as you would like. I can hang out and talk and stuff like that. But it's very much all about the guest. So everything is luxurious, all the bedding and every single thing here is made for people's luxury and their comfort, because even my bedrooms have sound canceling machines in them so that people can sleep, really, really well. And because I think that's a very, very important component when uh, when you get away is because some people now are so busy that they just want to go someplace for a couple of days and sleep, just spend the day sleeping, and maybe spend some time down in the parlors or take walks outside to the we have a lovely little historic district downtown, within walking distance. So a lot of people just want quiet. And of course, they say, anyway, I mean, maybe I'm not as much of this, but they say Gothic people are notoriously introverted. So
Yeah.
there's no need to step out of your comfort zone. The breakfasts are delivered to the rooms every morning, just like they would have been if you were here in 1900. The meals are delivered up to you, and you have the option of eating in your room on your own, or coming down to the summer parlor and eating there, which is a little more light and bright. But
Yeah.
if you have a group or whatever, so like I said, you can have as much or as little interaction as you like, and I'm always around to talk to, and you know, just I mean, I really enjoy my guests. I have a lot of fun, and I just had I don't know what you call them, a paranormal group come
Yeah.
in, and they were excited with their findings, and so I was happy. That was fun.
But by the way, I used to stay at bed and breakfast all the time. I used to travel. I used to travel a lot for my previous job, and out of state, and I'll always stay at a bed and breakfast. And one of the biggest complaints for me is you can always hear your guests. I'll
Oh,
be trying to relax or sleep. You can hear them closing the door, walking around. That. So it's amazing that you have the noise cancellation that can give you that
right.
quiet.
Well, it's very important that people sleep like the dead in my establishment.
So, all right. So I got two questions for you. All right. So the first question: what is the most unique story a guest has told you about probably a ghost story you've heard so far?
Well, a really interesting thing. It's not well, it is sort of a ghost story, but not in the way you'd expect. The house was originally built in 1850 by a Dr. Preston B. Roof, and he outlived. He had a second wife by the time he built the house. He built it for her, and seven children, and his children all died mysteriously. For various reasons. Not mysteriously, I would say for various reasons. And so there was actually an inquest, because the people of Newbury were wondering what was going on over there and why all of his children were dying, which of course was a tremendous tragedy. So he actually recounts the night that, and of course they died here in the house, and except for one, I think, who died at a boarding school. So he actually recounts in this inquest um, the story about his youngest daughter. She was 2 years old, and of course his wife, and who was beside herself. That was, she had one or two children with him, and I think the four other ones were the previous wife. But her youngest was dying, and I believe it was yellow fever or something like that. So she was beside herself, and he was a doctor, and so he was monitoring the child along with the mom. And so they were exhausted. It was late at night, and they didn't think Fanny would make it through the night. And so he went to lie down for a while, because he knew he'd be up all night. And he says, in this inquest, that he experienced a vision, like a vision or an apparition, and which told him that he needed to leave immediately and go to a boarding school that his son was in. The boarding school, I guess his son was 12 or 13, and the boarding school is about 17 miles away. And so he recounts getting up and being certain that his son was dying, even though they had just seen him a few days before, and he was well and robust and everything else. So he saddled up his horse, much to the dismay of his wife and daughter, I'm sure. But he saddled up his horse, and off he went. And describes, like, he rode the 17 miles, and it took him, I think, 5 hours or something like that. And he gets there, and the lights are burning, and the I guess the headmaster or whoever it was came running out to meet him and said, you're here just in time. He got sick so fast we couldn't even get a message to you. So it just happened that morning. So he got there just in time to see his son pass as well. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it's known what it was, but the son passed, and of course so did Fanny at that night. So he was not what do you call it? He was not convicted of any naughtiness, but at the same time, right? At the same time, it was very, very sad, and so there were several people who did pass in the house, and the people that we just had here, the paranormal group, they're sort of hobbyists, but they actually said that they were able to, that the house is filled with children. So there were a lot of young children running around in here. So I don't notice them myself, but we're on very good terms. Sometimes yes, sometimes there's a little thumping and bumping and stuff, but there's never been any kind of frightening incident to me anyway.
Good to know. All right, and the second question is, I know you've only been open since September, but what's the most unique request or the weirdest request a guest has made?
I haven't had that many weird requests yet, and I've had many guests, but not, I haven't been packed, nonstop. So I haven't really had, like, cumulatively, I have not had that many guests. So so it'd be hard to say. I had a guest that just wanted the meal brought up to their room. I didn't see them. They came in when I was, I guess, in the kitchen doing something, and texted me to let me know they were up in the bedroom. And they asked for their breakfast, and I brought it up there and left it out. And then the next morning they said, after they had eaten it or whatever, they said, I've checked out. Thank you very much. And I never laid eyes on them. So. So yes, yes, I hope they had a good time. They said they did. So yeah, but
well, I'm definitely going to get out there. By the way, everyone from the horror room, I'm definitely going to get out to your bed and breakfast in the next couple of months, because I definitely want to do a walkthrough video.
Yes.
Show everybody the whole entire experience.
Yes, that would be wonderful.
Yes. Now, Erica, how can everyone find you?
Well, I have a website. It's www.gildedbatbnb.com. So it's all one word. Gildedbatbnb.com.
And the website will be right down in the description as well. And you're also on social media as well.
I am. I have Facebook, and I also have Instagram. So I've been having some fun. So certainly, please follow, support a small business owner. But yeah, I do. And I add media frequently. And I'm hoping to get more interesting and more exciting as I go along. And, interact with my guests and, just find out more and more of, like, the mysteries of the house. I keep finding interesting things. So.
I'm telling you, I'm looking forward. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna spend a night and video record the whole entire experience.
Oh, that would be wonderful.
That's be an amazing video. Hopefully, I can get some sleep, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I hope you can too.
Well, Erica, thank you for coming on. Everyone, please go and check out the Gilded Bat Bed and Breakfast over in Newberry, South Carolina. Book your stay. Here they're booking up quick, so if you want to get your spot, you might want to jump it as soon as possible.
Yep, come on down.
Erica, it's been an absolute pleasure. I'm gonna be talking to you soon. I'm definitely coming down. So I got family in that area, so I'll definitely be down there.
Wonderful.
All right, well, everyone, thank you for coming to the Horror Room. I'm Travis Bruce. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.
Bye.